What's up guys, my name is Phil. Welcome back to Miranda Detailing. In today's video, we are detailing this Harley Davidson Sportster. Today, we're going to be working on this Harley Davidson. So this is a little Sportster, it's an 1800. So what we're going to do today is pretty much the works on this bike. Now it's a 2018, it doesn't have a lot of chrome, there's only a few chrome pieces here and there, but it is mostly gloss black and matte black. So at least that's easy to deal with. There's no excessive chrome to polish, but we are going to correct the black painted areas and then coat them. So what we're going to use for the coating are the Gtechniq products. So the Crystal Serum Light and EXO. So one layer of this, one layer of EXO, and to polish it and, well, compound it, we're going to probably use a variety of different products to compound it. But I'm going to finish off with Dr Beasleys, their NSP45. This is their fine polish. Now the cool thing about the new Dr Beasleys polishes is that they are primers for coatings. And they're not your usual primer. Usually with primers like CarPro Essence and Dion Primer, you have to wait 24 hours. With this, you can coat immediately. Now that's a plus. Now there are some things to remember with this polish that we'll go over, and at least dealing with small parts like this, it's much easier to deal with. But I'll give you some of the pros and cons. Now what we're going to do on this is a waterless wash, or a rinseless wash, basically. I'm going to keep it right here in the garage because I really don't know how to ride a big boy motorcycle like this, so I'm not going to turn it on and pull it out or anything like that. It's staying right here in the garage. Now the cleaning aspect is really not going to take that long at all. What I have is some O&R in a bucket here with a ton of nice towels, so I'm just going to lightly go over all the different surfaces. If there's any grease and grime, I might hit it with a degreaser, a little bit of agitation with a brush. That's about it. The cleaning aspect, well, it's not that bad because it's not that dirty. But then when we get into the polishing aspect, that's when we're going to have to take care of all of these black polished areas. We will machine compound and polish the tank, the bag portion here, the front fender, and any other little areas here to make sure that they are as swirl-free as possible. Now the cool thing, oh, I also forgot to mention the leather seat here. We're going to clean it and also coat it. So we have a couple of different leather coatings we'll show you, so we're also going to include that. All right, guys, now sorry about that, the AC was really loud. So guys, the main part of the motorcycle is done. It's cleaned. It really didn't take much. Basically just wiping down of surfaces. I was able to get into some of these other little tighter areas as much as possible. Now, when it comes to the back wheel, that's really difficult to get into. I had to really squeeze my hand in there, but it's nice. The wheels are a matte finish and they're really clean anyway. So he keeps this bike very, very clean, which is awesome. So now what we're gonna do is go on to the leather seat here. I'm telling you guys, my garage is too small. I can't find anything. So we're going to be using the fine leather cleanser and leather lock from Dr. Beasleys. So we're gonna clean the leather. It's in great shape anyway, but this will remove any type of oils, conditioners, anything that might be on here, and prepare it for the leather coating. This is a leather coating. Now, this motorcycle is kept in a garage shed, so it doesn't see a ton of sunlight. It's not going to be sitting out in the sunlight. The owner loves to ride it. So we're going to clean the seat and lock it in with leather lock. So let's get to it. Now that the leather is clean, we're going to let it dry completely. Some of the perforations might have a little bit of cleaner left in them. I don't have my air compressor in here, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm taking my time on it and enjoying it. So we'll let this dry out completely. Let's get to polishing the tank and the other black gloss pieces. All right, guys, now everything is corrected. It's compounded and it needs to be finished. So now what we're going to do is use the Dr. Beasleys NSP45. Now, I bought the 45 version because it's their finest polish, and that's all I need for now. They have the two other medium and more aggressive compounds, and each of them act as a primer, so you can actually go straight to coatings after using that. But I bought this one because I'm gonna use it like a finishing primer polish. And once you wipe it off, you can go straight to coatings. Now that is very efficient. I like that without an IPA wipe down because I don't like IPA wipe downs. I know I do have a few of them like Geon Prep and Car Pro Racer and a few of those, but I try to stay clear of those, especially on delicate black paint, because even with the softest, most expensive towels, you can still cause a little bit of marring on there. That's just what I have found. I know if you have a different way of doing it, that's your thing, but I have found that it does mar the paint a little bit if you're not too careful and on very delicate soft paints. So let's use this stuff because there are some pros and cons to it. We'll see how it reacts to the gas tank first. So let's get to polishing. Now I'm going to use, again, my Porter Cable Polisher. So I'm going to switch out the pad to a soft black pad for superfine polishing and then apply just a few drops of the NSP45. So this stuff is a gel formula and it comes out almost looking like sunscreen. At least to me it does. So let's get to polishing this section right here, and what I'm going to do is throw on my headlamp because it's easy to spot the polish and see right through the polish when you're using a headlamp like this. I just find it very efficient. Now you can work the polish for a long time, which is really nice. I definitely like that with this polish. That is a pro. Now wipe off. Wow. Wipe off is very, very nice. Okay, that's great. I've had a few issues with the wipe off of this product on some other delicate paints. But so far, this is looking really nice. Now always double check it with your lights. And if you do see a little bit of residue, a little bit of hazing, simply go over it. Do not put a lot of pressure on your towel. Go over it very lightly and let the towel do the work. And keep flipping sides on the towel. Get a fresh one if you need, if the residue is building up on the towel. This looks really nice. So the finish on this is beautiful. Look how nice and crisp that is. All around the lettering, you can see that it's clear coated over the decals. So yeah, tread carefully around that. Don't go aggressive with compounding. But that finished really nice. Now you can see up here, there's still a little bit of residue. So again, just use the pressure of the towel to remove any of the light residue. That looks really, really nice. Okay, so I haven't even really polished up here. It still looks just really nice and refined from the D300. But here, this whole side now is polished and looking beautiful. Super glossy and crisp. All right, so let's finish around the other side of the tank. We're going to look up here first just to see. It's barely even hazy. In some areas it's a little hazy. There it's a little hazy, but it's hardly noticeable. So let's polish that. Here might be a little bit more noticeable. Yeah, there's a lot more haze back here. So let's hit this and show what that polish can do. That's looking really, really nice. Very crisp. And here, yeah, a little bit of haze. But that's really not bad at all. But here, nice and crisp. All right, guys, coating time. Everything is now polished. It's looking super crisp and clear. Now, the only plastic / rubber on the motorcycle was the front rubber shock absorbers here. So they were wiped down and then coated with Gtechniq C4. Awesome products for rubber and plastic restoration and protection. So now that everything is polished and ready to coat, we're going to use Crystal Serum Light. Now, this stuff is pretty easy to work with. So what you're going to need is an applicator. I don't use the suede block applicators. I don't like them. I prefer nice brand new microfiber applicators. These little square ones are great. You can also buy the coating savers, which have 2 different colors on either side, and they're plastic lined. You can get those if you want, and some guys say that these will absorb too much coating. I haven't found that to be the case. That's just me. So I'm going to coat all the surfaces that we use the NSP45 from Dr. Beasleys, and this stuff performed very, very well. Now, I've used it on other vehicles, but the paint must have been very finicky. I was having some wipe-off problems and some weird ghosting or hologram problems with it. But on here, these are small sections, and they were just easier to work with. So you might notice a little bit of a difficult wipe-off with this product on some finicky paints, especially black, dark-colored vehicles. But use plenty of microfiber towels and make sure to wipe off any of the residue, and you can coat right over it. Now, if you do see any of that ghosting, Jim Lefebvre from Dr. Beasleys does say that you can go right over that with a coating and it disappears. Now, you can also see that video on Chicago Auto Pros because he actually calls Jim and discusses some of the features of the polish here. So definitely check that video out. I'll put a link to it down below. So let's go ahead and coat the motorcycle. Oh, I forgot one other thing you want to have is a good quality microfiber. Now, these are from Autofiber. I've showed these before in other videos and they're really, really cool. They're numbered. So they're numbered 1 through 8. So you have 8 sides. Now, on a motorcycle, I'm not really going to need a bunch of towels, 1 or maybe 2 for the first layer, and then another one for the EXO, obviously. But we're dealing with small sections here, and they can easily be wiped down with just 1 or 2 towels. So don't forget your towels and make sure that they're good quality, low nap towels as well. Now you see me use the Kirkland yellow towels a lot. Those are also great, great towels to use. So you choose what you want to use. But the auto fiber towels, these are designed for coatings. And I gotta say, these work really, really well. Better than the Kirkland yellows. So let's get to coating. All right, guys, it has been an hour. It's time to EXO. So fresh new applicator. Let's go ahead and start coating with the tank where we first started. And we'll kind of go in order where we first started and coat everything. Then this thing will be ready. It'll just sit overnight, 24 hours to cure and be good to go because it's raining out right now. Yeah. So I ran out of the pink auto fiber towels with the numbers on them, which I really liked. So I had to grab a fresh new Kirkland yellow, which they work just the same. So I enjoy using both. So now when you're cracking open a coating bottle, whether it's brand new or used, you're gonna have a little bit of glass shards around here. So just take an old microfiber and clean the tip of the bottle really, really well. You do not want a shard of crystallized coating dropping into your microfiber applicator. That will ruin your day. Let's bring you in. So let's go ahead, start with this section here because that's where we began. I put a modest amount on here and then coat away. Again, it's so this stuff spreads very easily, glides right on top of the crystal serum light, and it will start to do this weird thing where sometimes guys will say it does the rainbow effect, which it does in some lighting, but you don't always see it. What it does here is it separates. And crystal serum light does this too. You see that weird separation right there? That's what it starts to do. So it's okay though. It wipes right off. So it's not an issue, and it wipes clean with no weird residue. And just make sure to get every square inch. And of course, check with lights. Oh, that looks so nice. So again, have your light nearby just to check, just to make sure nothing is left over. And man, it wipes off so clean, so nice, easy. So you can fly around the vehicle with this coating. And a little goes a long way. Once you've already coated it with Crystal Serum Light, you'll notice that this stuff just spreads forever because you already have that base layer. And then pretty much wipe right off. Don't let it sit for too long. Some guys say a minute or two. I don't necessarily agree. It all depends on ambient temperature, and right now it's a little humid and a little warm in here. Even though I had the AC going, still a little bit humid. So again, make sure to go over all the areas, overlap really well. That way you don't miss anything. That way you don't miss stuff. Huh, I guess I can use it for that too. Oh, this looks so nice. He is gonna freak out in a good way. And again, just make sure, go over it with lights and double, triple check, because you do not want any high spots or weird streaks in here. All right, that's looking great. So the back fender, I'm also going to do the little tail lights here because I did prime them. I primed those little areas by hand, and just cross hatch and make sure to get everything. I'm also going to get this side and the little rear light and these little areas, just so everything will be hydrophobic. You'll notice that when you use EXO over Crystal Serum Light, at first it clouds up when you first wipe it off, and that might freak you out. But when you flip the towel and do your second wipe, or a separate towel and do your second wipe, it goes completely away. It just becomes crystal clear. And if you feel that that side is starting to give more residue and not wiping clean, switch over or get a new towel. Keep your towels fresh with your coatings. The residue will start to build up in your towel, and it will cause more streaking on your paint. You'll just be chasing residue all the time. That looks really good. Make sure to get all into these tight areas where your towel may have missed or pushed some of the coating into, and it will cure in that area. Which, if it's under something that you're not going to see, it's not that big of a deal, but you don't want it on your main area here. That looks really, really good. So guys, the Harley is looking incredible. So glossy and crisp, huge turnaround. Now, the bike itself isn't dirty or anything like that, but the customer wanted the fenders and the tank and other gloss pieces on here as crisp as possible and coated, so they'll be protected for a long time. Now with the motorcycle, there's a lot of touch points. So the side panels here are going to get swirled up again because your legs are going to be hitting them, and other parts of the tank and so on. But that's okay. The customer loves this motorcycle and he wants it to look its best for a long time. So he keeps very good care of it. So he is going to love the finish on this thing. It looks incredible. Now you also saw how easy it was to use the leather products. The leather wasn't dirty at all, but it preps it. Nope, that's the leather lock. But it preps it and cleans it
and gets it ready for the coating. Now you can put up to 2 layers or as many layers as you want of this. I'm putting 1 layer on here because it is kept in the shed, so it's well protected. And the finish on it is beautiful. No shine whatsoever, no gloss, no residue, nothing. It looks like there's nothing on it, but it is protected and locked in. So guys, if you want to pick up any of these products, head over to Car Supply's warehouse. They have the full range of Dr. Beasleys products that you can pick up for yourself and try them out, or any other detailing products that you want. The Gtechniq line, the Car Pro line, and a ton of other things. So guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, like it, share it with others who may enjoy it, and don't forget to subscribe and click that bell. That way you get notifications each time these videos drop each week and you don't miss stuff. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Take care.